All right, welcome back. We're going to do just a quick preview of the games that are coming up next weekend. I'm going to do my official traditional previews on all my other platforms at BKA Beloved in short 1 minute long preview version the way I traditionally do. Subscribe to the YouTube. It'll be in the YouTube short version, so you'll see it there too. All right, we're going to start with Houston at Baltimore, and I give the Texans a better chance to win this game than I would have Cleveland if they had won. And that's not just because the Texans beat Cleveland. Nah, it's not that. It's the thing that Baltimore had over the Browns was Joe Flacco going to give them the ball a couple of times like he did versus Houston. And if you're going to turn the ball over versus Baltimore and give Lamar Jackson extra chances, I don't like your shot to win that game, especially with the way this Baltimore defense plays. If it's one thing CJ Stroud does not do, it is turn the ball over. But where I think they're going to struggle, speaking of the Texans, is this Ravens defense has already won against two different variations of a Shanahan tree type system, which Bobby Slowick comes from, the offense coordinator for Texans. They beat the dog shit out the Dolphins, beat the dog shit out the 49ers. And now they're going against the little brother version of it. Granted, the best quarterback out of the three people that run that system, but still the little brother version of it. So I find that part of it hard to believe that they're going to be able to get over the Ravens. Plus, if you're the Ravens, for Lamar Jackson's sake, God damn it, y'all better not get one and done. Y'all better not lose to a rookie quarterback at home for your first playoff game when you're the number one overall seed. Oh my God, y'all better not lose. That's the first game of Saturday too. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, y'all better not lose. All right, then we got Green Bay at San Francisco. Now, while I don't think the Packers can win this game, there is one person who is praying to whatever God they believe in that the Packers lose in historical fashion to the 49ers. If you are Aaron Rodgers, you are praying to whatever he prays to, ivermectin, Joe Rogan, whatever he believes in. If you're Aaron Rodgers, you better hope that Jordan Love does not walk into Levi's Stadium and beat the 49ers in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is 0-5 against the 49ers. To different quarterbacks too. To Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, and Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't play Brock Purdy last year because he didn't make the playoffs last year. Oh, buddy. Aaron Rodgers better hope Jordan Love don't go over there and win this game. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee. But I don't see that happening. But if it does, whoo. All right, Tampa versus Detroit, the first game of Sunday. So here's why I give Tampa a fighting chance. I'm giving a lot of credit to Aaron Glenn and the Lions defense for their red zone defense being able to shut down the Rams when it mattered the most. They made it to the red zone 3 times. They left with 3 field goals. Wonderful. It doesn't get much better than that as a defense. Sans anything short of creating a turnover, that's as good as it gets. But it's still the fact they were able to drive the ball on y'all. That's where I'm concerned. And then on the other side of the ball, we've talked at length about the Jared Goff under pressure thing, right? Like Jared Goff under pressure, not a recipe for success. Todd Bowles loves to blitz. Loves it. Absolutely adores blitzing the passer. And the Buccaneers have absolutely nothing to lose. Don't nobody expect them to win. They think they're just there for shits and giggles, all pun intended. And Detroit has now went from feel-good story to overwhelming favorite and possibly can host the NFC Championship game. Tides have shifted a little bit. Detroit has not been in the driver's seat pretty much ever since the early 90s. And even then, they weren't a favorite. I still think Detroit pulls out this game because I think they're a much better team than the Buccaneers, but this isn't a foregone conclusion, is basically what I'm trying to get at, you know? All right, last game of the weekend, Kansas City versus Buffalo 3 in the playoffs, and I can't wait for this game. If you're expecting a shootout, I don't think that's the direction this game is going to go. I don't think Kansas City offensively has the firepower to make this a shootout, and if that Kansas City defense is unable to stop Buffalo from getting into the end zone repeatedly, Kansas City is going to lose this game. I said after the Miami Dolphins game, very early version of this podcast I did, I'm not even going to bother y'all by inserting the audio because it sounds awful, but I said verbatim, if somebody comes to Kansas City, because I thought they were going to host this game, but now they're on the road, if Buffalo scores 28 points, can Kansas City match it? Since that Dolphins game, the Kansas City Chiefs scored over 28 points one time, and that was against the Raiders. And then on the other side of the ball, if you're Josh Allen, you got to realize what type of game this is. The other offense should not be able to hang with you offensively, but you got to deal with this defense ahead of you and not give them the ball and give them short fields to make the offense on the other side be in a better position. If we can get a turnover-free Josh Allen game, which I know, asking for a lot there, and we're going to make this a super sloppy 21-17 game, that's where things start to get a little more interesting, because at that point, I'm no longer asking Kansas City to score 4 touchdowns. You only got to score 3. And I would hope that they can get to 3 touchdowns, especially with all the injuries that Buffalo has on defense. And I think that's the key to this game. Is the gap between... All right, here's how I'm going to put this. What gap is wider? The gap between the Kansas City defense and the Buffalo offense, or between the Buffalo offense and the Kansas City offense? Because although Patrick Mahomes will objectively be the best player on either side of the ball, the weapons around him and the way that offense has been flowing is not equal to what the Bills have been able to do, especially during this winning streak. So it'll be very interesting to see how this game shakes out on Sunday. I still don't know who I think is going to win. I'm probably going to go back and forth at least 4 more times until that comes. Anyways, that'll be fun when that gets here. That's enough for the playoffs.